who is from Advantage Travel Partnership, the UK's largest independent travel agent. Hello, Julia.
Hi, good evening, Carole.
Good evening. What do you make of what Grant Shapps announced today?
I think generally very positive, for an industry that really has not been able to recover or restart and take travellers away. It's a positive start to what has been a really difficult time.
He did, though, make the point that there will still be the requirement for tests, which can be quite expensive. You'll have to have a test before you can get a flight to go there, another test to come back, and so on. If there's a family wanting to travel, that could push up the cost. And then, of course, there's this warning that the country that you're visiting could move from amber to red, meaning you would have to quarantine when you got back.
Yeah, it's still complicated. It's not impossible, and I think the rules today, what that does do, it gives hope to many travellers and also people that want to be reunited with loved ones, that they can travel this summer without the need to self-isolate if they're coming back from amber. But there are many rules that you need to navigate through, and many complexities. But actually, today's ruling does get us closer to being able to travel in, I won't use the word normal times, but it clearly isn't. But it gets us back to travelling in a way that reduces the risk of disruption to travellers.
So have you already had many people booking?
Yes, speaking to a lot of our members today, they've been dealing with many customers who are desperate to travel. So there's a lot of people out there who really want to book, who have bookings in place, and actually what this does, it just gives them the confidence that actually they can travel. They won't need to self-isolate. Everyone understands in the world we're living today that change can happen, and none of us are in control of that. But what we just need to make sure, and our travel agents make sure, is that customers have access to the right information. They're fully aware of what is available to them, and also make sure they're booking flexibly. I think that's really important, that if you're booking anything nowadays for the foreseeable future, you really need to make sure that you have flexibility on, in case of amendments or cancellations that need to be made.
Yeah, and are many travel companies and airlines and so on ready to do that now? Because, of course, unless there is flexibility, people are simply not going to want to book, are they?
No, absolutely. And the travel industry has worked exceptionally well over the last few months to put in place exactly that, the ability for customers to be able to book flexibly in the almost no questions asked. If you want to change your mind, you can do that. And I think it's always worth remembering that if you're booking a package holiday that's ATOL protected and you're making that booking through an APTA agent, you have financial protection and you have greater protection for your booking. So that the way you book, who you book with is equally as important as where you're travelling to.
And of course, the other big thing for people to be careful about is that it's all very well known what the rules are back here in the UK, but you need to be clear what you're letting yourself into in the country that you're travelling to, because a lot of those European countries have still got restrictions on British tourists arriving.
They do. And actually what we have seen, however, over the last few weeks and actually a couple of months, is a number of European countries, I should say, have opened their borders to fully vaccinated travellers. And sometimes we forget in other parts of the world, travel has opened up. In the USA, they're travelling to Europe quite freely now if you're double vaccinated. So it is happening. And we're seeing more and more now, particularly with this new rule that's coming in from the 19th of July for amber. It will enable travellers to travel more freely across Europe and in line with what Europe is doing now.
Julia Bue-Said, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.
Let's talk now to David Evans, who